Well, hello again everyone. It's early in the morning and we're leaving the Glen Nevis Camping and Caravanning Club site, and we're going to head up the glen to check out those waterfalls that I checked out the car park for last night. So this is the start of the single track road at the top end of the glen, heading up to the car park at the Steall Gorge. And yeah, it's narrow, it's single track with passing places. We had no trouble really negotiating it in our small motorhome, but I think if you had a larger motorhome you would definitely struggle. Ours is probably about the biggest really that you'd want to take up there, and we didn't see any bigger vehicles during the day while we were there. So yeah, take it very careful if you decide to head up here in a larger vehicle. And in fact, the bridges had a 3-ton weight limit on them, and we're about 2.8 tons. So yeah, we were really about as big as you want to go. Well, the great thing about the motorhome, of course, is that we can now have our breakfast in the car park. And who doesn't like breakfast in a car park? What we having, Darren?
Well, you're having a tea bag in a saucepan.
Right.
I'm having a breakdown.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm not sure.
You got some croissants, haven't you, to warm up in the oven?
Croissants, yes. I need the coffee first. So.
Splendid.
Thank you. And
what a view, look, from our kitchen window. Look at our lovely sponge. And off we go to the waterfall. Two young folk in the peak of their physical fitness. Hey, my love.
Who's limping more than who?
So apparently the waterfall that we're going to go and see was used in one of the Harry Potter films, I believe, as a backdrop to a game of Quidditch or something. I'm not really a Harry Potter fan, so I don't know, but if you are a Harry Potter fan, then maybe look it up or something. Don't rely on my information. Regardless though, it's certainly a lovely spot. Yes, Scotland is certainly living up to its reputation so far. So, my love, are you pleased we persisted and came to Scotland?
Of course I am, no doubt.
It did take some doing, didn't it?
Actually, you know, we have a plaque that we bought when we were, where did you say we were?
Whitby, I think.
Whitby. And it's quite funny because it actually has a misspelt thing saying it took some doing. And in fact, when we have our extension, I'm going to put that up because it epitomises a lot of stuff we do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, third time lucky, we did make it up here, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yet to make it back, of course, but we have made it up here. Well, it's definitely the right idea to get up nice and early and get up here. I've only seen 2 other people, some nice folk from Ireland who've travelled across and exploring around the area. And yeah, what a lovely morning, a bit cooler than yesterday. But yeah, still very nice and clear. Can still see the tops, which is good. Well, there's some waterfalls down there, but yeah, they're a long way below us. Still quite a bit of snow on the top of that one over there as well. It's quite a clambery path though, so you might struggle with this if you're a bit dodgy on your feet. Yeah, it's not as easy a path as perhaps it looks on the map. There's another impressive waterfall coming all the way down that slope there, look. Fantastic. We like a nice waterfall, don't we, darling?
We do.
Well, certainly a deep gorge that we're walking over the top of at the moment. Very, very nice though. There's some lovely little pools down there in the gorge, and yeah, the whole thing is very, very nice. I highly recommend coming and having a walk up here if you think you can make it. Absolutely cracking little pool down there, look, as well. Just flowing under the rocks. Yeah, absolutely fantastic down there. I know I keep going on about it, but it is a wonderful spot. And when you get to the top of the gorge, it opens up into this lovely valley area. Well, I guess we should call it a glen, really, shouldn't we? Should we? Yeah, let's call it a glen. And there is our first view of the big waterfall. Yeah, definitely glad we made the time to come up here and have this walk up to the top falls. Absolutely marvellous. Alright, to get to the bottom of the waterfall, there's a little wire bridge to cross, and then you can go up to the foot of the waterfall. Nikki's going to have a look at it, see if she fancies it or not. Well, Nikki decided she was going to do the wade through the river instead, but at this point I handed over the camera to her, and you can now enjoy her commentary on my crossing of the wire bridge.
You know where the insurance papers are, don't you? I do.
That's what he's saying to me too.
Come on, my arms are aching. Can't tell where my mum's from, can you? You and me little, I don't think we'd be able to reach in the middle.
See, that's what I'm worried about. And
No,
then,
I don't think we would.
see where it splits there? Like you have to walk one bit and then climb up that.
Yeah, that's a bit tricky, isn't it?
That walk up there, around that one, the walk in was bad enough.
How do you stop this thing? Oh, you're just going to have to edit it because I don't know how to play with this thing. Can you do a backflip now, please? We want to be entertained. We could set it on fire too, that'd be fun.
You've been framed instead of YouTube.
Come on, billions of over nearly 3,000 people are watching you, Alex. No pressure. Oops, it's 2,099. One just dropped off. Come on, fella, it's your turn now. Oh, he's going with the wide leg approach. He's done this before. Did he do ballet or something? He's amazing. Oh my God. That's how you do it. Them dancing feet come in useful. He's got there in half the time, I tell you. He's much quicker than you. No, he isn't. He's just more flexible. He can dance and you can't. Oh, you can't dance at all. Oh, wow, that's impressive, man. Yoo-hoo! Woo! Oh, he's not quite there yet. Woo!
Well, after being shown up by that young whippersnapper, it was time to go and have a look at the falls. Wow, yeah, definitely glad we climbed up here. Well, there we go. That was the waterfalls at the top of Glen Nevis. And now it's just a case of retracing our steps back to the motorhome. Yep, back down there the way we come. Well, it's definitely a good decision to come nice and early. The car park's proper filled up now. We saw a lot more people on the way back walking up there. Well, I think we got back to the van just in time because it's just started to rain a little bit. But it's okay because the kettle's on and I've got some hot cross buns toasting. Well, what did you think to the waterfalls, darling?
It was beautiful, and I did get rid of Chatterbox for a few minutes and actually had time to meditate, which I really enjoyed.
Who's Chatterbox?
Oh, I wonder who.
That's a bit rude, isn't it? Right, well, we've had our tea and a bit of a snack, and now it's time to head off to our next site, which is the Camping and Caravanning Club site just outside Oban.
And I'm being optimistic. I'm hoping for more sunshine.
Yeah, because it's still raining. Well, it wasn't too long a drive to the next campsite, and I suspect it would have been a very scenic drive, but unfortunately the weather had closed in a bit and it was a bit of a wet, rainy old business getting there. Well, there we are, folks. We're all pitched up at the Oban Camping and Caravanning Club site. I've put the blow-up awning up and I've put it up with the drive-away strip. Because if the weather's rough and Nikki's bike isn't working, we may well want to drive into Oban. But for now, I think I'm going to go and have a nice cup of tea. So yeah, nice little site this. I believe we are actually about 12 miles outside Oban. Now of course this wasn't really going to be a problem with Nikki's e-bike working, but yeah, we have to perhaps make other plans while we're here. It's a shame because the site is near a number of cycle paths through the forest. And the site itself is an old walled vegetable garden, which is very nice, and you access it through this archway. That's quite a small site really for one of the main big club sites, but it's very well kept, and it's got all the normal facilities that you'd expect to find on these club sites. And we are on pitch number 21, right in front of these lovely old iron gates. So yeah, as you can probably see, the weather has turned a bit, so time will tell what we get up to tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video when hopefully we'll get into Oban.